Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to begin by giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that surely do rule well. Alright, and salutation to Yakim around the four corners of this world that's spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. This is Caleb from the Trinidad West Camp here, and tonight I would just like to do a vid, basically touching on these uncontrollable and ungodly women that we have in this generation, alright, that seem rather to have men under subjection than to be under subjection and to be shamefaced and holy towards their husband. Alright, the first precept I'd like to begin is from is from 1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 5. Alright, it says, "For after this manner in the old time the holy women also, who trusted in the Most High, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husband." Alright, so the women of the ancient, alright, the women of back then, alright, the holy women who trusted in the Most High adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. That word subjection from the late 14th century: obedience, submission, servitude, bondage, lordship, or control. Alright, and that control, that lordship, that bondage, that servitude, that submission, that obedience, it will return. Alright, especially in this time that we enter into. Alright, you all women gonna get back under the control of a man. Alright, not only that, but you all won't be afraid to share a man. Alright, but let me continue. Verse 6: "Even as Sarah obeyed Abram, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement." Alright, so even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, alright, and that is where you all women do have obedience. You can't even tell a woman when to go, when to come nowadays. You can't tell her what to wear. You can't even talk to a woman, your wife. You understand? Because what these women have pride, a lot of pride stored up in them. Alright, because the government is on their side. Alright, because they feel, since they dash some makeup on the face and they're looking somewhat beautiful, alright, that they could have us men under subjection instead of being under subjection. Because they're alright, they have a nice little job, they're collecting some nice little income, they call themselves, bam, as an independent woman. No man can rule me. Alright, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 21. It says, "Stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure." Alright, so don't stumble at the beauty of a woman. Alright, because in doing so you might take a very hard fall. Alright, and especially the beauty of these women that we have these days, because that is not no natural beauty we see in these days. Alright, they often dwell in Pennywise and these other franchises that sell those makeups, and other stuff that they use to enhance, the so-called enhance their beauty. But really and truly is a new face they put on top of the original face. You understand? Because after a woman basically take a shower or wash her face, sometimes you had a question if that the same woman you just met at the park or the mall or the movies or wherever you met her. You understand? And these women basically full up with so much pride in themselves that they intend to talk back at a man. Alright? They find a man talking too rough with them, or being too stern with them, so they go and find a next man. Alright? But if you all were in order and under subjection, you might have been treated differently. You understand? But what I want to know is, in this time that's coming up here, where it's gonna get dread and real drastic, what you women gonna do? What you women gonna do when there's shortage of food? Alright? The economy collapse. And no police to save you, and no police to help you. You can't go and cry out to the government. You can't go and cry out for justice. What you all gonna do? Let's hear what you all gonna do. This is Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 30. Alright? It says, "And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou closest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair." So all the makeup, all the nice, the tight clothes that you're wearing, to show off your figure, all the weave you're buying, all them things can be in vain in that time. What you gonna do when thou art spoiled? Understand? When you're being manhandled in the streets, just like that. You understand? What you gonna do? This is Isaiah chapter 4 and verse 1. "And in that day 7 women shall take hold on one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel, and only let us be called by thy name." Yeah, so we go make clothes, we go bake bread. You understand? We go do whatever thou requires of us. You understand? We will share. Just call us your wife. Make us thy wife. You understand? And that is the humility that you are going to regain. You understand? Just as Abraham's wife, Sarah, was humble and called Abraham her Lord, that same mentality you all going to have. It's going to be forced upon you, because the time going to be so dread. Alright, this is Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place." You understand? And we, as the men that have this truth, alright, we are the rivers of water in this dry place that the Most High set up. Alright, and you're all going to come to us for refuge, for safety from that drastic and dreadful time. Alright? Because really and truly, you all women are out of control right about now. And this is what needs to take place for you all to become humble. Alright? Because you have a nice job. You understand? You collecting a alright salary. You feel like you could have a man as a puppet. You feel that you could have a man under subjection. When you're the one that's supposed to be under subjection, that's how the Most High set it up. The head of the man is Yahawashi, the head of the woman is the man. That's how it's set up. You understand? And as we know, women outnumber men in this time, right? About 7 to 1. 7 women to 1 man. Alright? You all ain't gonna mind sharing a man in that day. That is how humble you all gonna get. So enjoy this season while it lasts. You understand? Enjoy this time of pride, and right now you're on the throne. This system have you all up on a throne. And it has certain men that have gone under subjection unto you all. Men that run out of their wits for you all because of what? Your beauty, your so-called beauty. You understand? And the authority that you now have. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 26. It says, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets." More bitter than death the woman, especially the nigga bitch woman. Alright? Whose heart is as snares and nets. Because that is what basically trying to trap man under in that bubble. Alright? That only some supreme beings that only above us. Go back to the meaning of the word subjection here, the etymology here. Alright? It says we tell some G modern friends, subjection from Latin subjectionem, nominative subjectio, a putting under. Cause right now we're on top. You understand? Right now the order change, apparently. So we're going to put all it under what is supposed to be under the subjection of a man. Alright? And we as men of the Most High, we're not going to be trapped in your snares and your nets. Alright? Because our first love is the Most High. We realize you moving too much to the left. We cut our tape. We buzz that link with only one time. Alright? But it have men, alright, that gonna fall into those snares and nets. And that is the men that do please the Most High. That not willing to please the Most High. They rather please the woman. Alright? And that day when you all become humble, you understand, and shamefaced, that day you're gonna rejoice. You understand? It's gonna be a day of much laughter and joy. You understand? Alright, well, I'd like to end by giving all praises to Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that surely do rule well. And salutation to the Akim out there that continue to spread this word in sincerity and in truth. Alright, keep feeding your faith and starving your doubt to death. Stay strong. Shalom.